Excited, super excited. It's been a long time, a lot of hard work. I'm ready. Well, I've been prepping for this competition for about 20 weeks, but I've been really, I would say it's been a lot longer. I've been working with Josh, my coach, for, I would say, over a year plus, and, we've been talking about it. So I've been, getting my body ready, just to be here, just, following, the diets, the guidance, just really getting myself, mentally prepared, for this moment.
My name is Joshua. I am a gym owner, also a personal trainer, coach for bodybuilding, pretty much anything you can, whatever you decide to achieve as far as the fitness world. I've been working with Navienne on this second time around actually, for about a year. Knew her before that. She never had never thought she would ever get into bodybuilding or competing. Basically, long story short, she was able to convince herself more like to get into a prep, which probably takes about 16 to 20 weeks long for an individual as a competitor. So
yeah, I never thought about bodybuilding. It was not something that I would be like, oh my God, yeah, I see myself doing this. I'm so excited. Like, it's not something that I thought about doing. But I started to work with Josh and Angela, and they saw something in me, and I had to see it in myself too. And I was like, you know what? I'm 45. Like, I could do this. Like, it's just a huge achievement and an accomplishment for me to be this age, and for me to be able to put my body through this and really see the results. So, it really was about, me pushing myself and saying, hey, this is something you can definitely do. And now I'm here.
I have been a trainer 20 years. I've been a competitor for about 12 to 13 years now. I've competed in upwards of 13 shows. I am a IFBB professional bodybuilder. One of the stages that Navienne is in is the same process I had to go through, which is a national qualifier, which she's competing in today. This is the first step into becoming a pro. So you must compete at this level if you ever want to get to the stage of where some of the most prominent names I'm sure you've heard of, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, people like that.
I think they saw something in me that I really didn't see in myself. They saw the discipline, they saw the determination, how I was, like I followed the rules. They saw that in me. They saw like the growth, how my body was, transitioning from the first time I started to work with them until then. So they definitely saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And, I had to go home one day and look in the mirror, and I actually saw it in myself, and I said, you could do this.
Well, the process was basically, she knew what she needed to do. It was just getting it into that last gear, basically figuring out food, changing the training concepts. It goes from, that intermediate level to an advanced level, where most people do certain numbers. At this level, it takes a lot more to achieve a certain goal. And then also there are also dynamics that can change things. She is a female, she's a mom, works full time.
Daily routine, cardio, there's days I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, hit the bike for an hour, ride that for an hour. And I think Josh said this before, I do work full time. I'm a mom. I have 5 dogs. I'm a wife. So, you know, getting up at 5 in the morning, you know, before everything to, you know, get on that bike and make sure that cardio is in, like that was every day for the past 20 weeks. And then, you know, making sure my 6 meals are prepped for the day. Morning was my egg whites, you know, with oatmeal. After a while, a couple of weeks, I couldn't have the oatmeal anymore. So it was just egg whites. At night, made sure I got my 6th meal in. And at the end of the night, also had to do an hour of cardio again. So, you know, that was the routine every day for the past 20 weeks. You couldn't skip a day, you know, had to get it done. And I had to throw my workouts in there, and I had to work out 5 times a week, 3 times with Josh. And when I wasn't with Josh, I had to hit the gym by myself. So it was definitely a lot.
We want to win. We don't come here to lose. No one remembers second place, you know? So that's the goal. The goal is to win today, and then afterwards, we'll figure that after, you know. The focus is getting her on stage and see how far she can get, and we'll take it from there. And then afterwards, maybe we'll give her some pancakes.
I'm going for a win today, so hopefully I'm not going to say hopefully, I'm going to say I am going to come out of this with a win. And you know, after today, I don't know. I'll see what the next phase is, the next step is. Really haven't put a lot of thought into that yet. Just really kind of focusing more so on today. It's been tough, very tough. A lot of discipline. You know, the thing about this is the most challenging and disciplined, committed thing that I've ever done in my life. There's no easy button to hit. There's no one I could call and say, hey, help me eat this food, or help me not eat this food. You know, like, you really have to be disciplined